motion to approve the claims.
Okay. In a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we get down to new business. And, Tyler, before we go to you, if it's okay with you, we'll go to Ashley.
Yeah, I didn't know when I was.
Okay, well, you're under new business, so that's what's next. So we'll go to Ashley. I think we'll probably resolve her question much quicker than your presentation. But you may want to stay and see his presentation, actually, it's kind of interesting. So Ashley, do you want to take the floor?
Sure. So I have two different things, but I would like to get one blessing on, over on Spencer Street. There's some funds that asked me if the town's blessing to do duplex. So I can't say that that's gonna be tomorrow, but I'm going to get this process started, because it is residential. And so we may have to have a variance in that. So here's some kind of guess that I can do all with that. Obviously it'll be brand new state of construction. We're planning on doing two buildings. There will be 2 bedroom and 3 bedroom for housing.
You're doing 2 buildings, so that'll be 4 residential areas. That's wonderful. All of you know, we have plenty of capacity in the sewer, and that will add to the tax base. And, do I hear any concerns from the town council about, see, that's strictly zoned just single residential, and that's why Harrison County asked Ashley to come to us. Do I hear any?
Here, any objections? I know we had talked about or just briefly spoke about the rate being, how does, would like, and I don't know how it works, but like, or, I mean, is any of that qualify for your, just curious?
I.
Mhm.
Are you just like, are we talking about section 8? Is that?
Yes, yeah.
I don't intend I don't intend to offer that to section 8.
Okay.
Nothing, I wouldn't have that discussion, if that's not my intention at this point.
That's good news. Steve, you have any questions?
okay.
Well, hearing no objections or additional concerns, I would entertain a motion for Ashley to be allowed to go ahead with her plans for the duplexes on Swiss Street.
I will make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
okay. All in favor? Aye.
This is it. As you know, we have very late, it is a 1993. It is in very good condition. This is something that we have owned for the last 15 years, so it's been maintained. But because of the age, we would need the town's okay. I very briefly spoke to Jane about it. He did say that he had to come out and take a look at it. But just want to, put that all in on your minds as well.
He will bring pictures back to us, and then we will, at a board meeting, decide whether or not to go ahead with that. Okay.
Is there anything else that you need from me on that?
I don't believe so. He'll come and he'll take pictures, and it'll go on your lot you've already got up there.
Well, that would be offered to section.
Just so you know, we currently have no section.
Okay. And I'm just curious, no particular reason, just asking.
Any other questions of Ashley?
No.
Well, Ashley, you can stay and listen if you like. We are going to have a presentation by Tyler, pronounce your last name.
When are you trying to get that trailer up there?
I would like to do it sooner, later.
Okay, and have you thought, does Jay know to get out there, or do we need to tell him?
We very briefly talked about it, but we haven't scheduled anything.
Okay. Okay, so we'll,
All right. Well, we do have, I think, a lot of good exciting things going on in town. So Tyler, you got a presentation.
Yeah, did you all have some print?
We did.
Did, okay, cool. I was gonna get some posters.
Well, that's the update. I didn't print off I thought they already had those from last.
The presentation is for the striking.
Yes.
Or the striking.
No, we did.
I thought,
You should have it in your email.
yeah.
You don't have digital versions, but
Yeah.
I can just try what's in it.
Yes, why don't you just go ahead and do that, Tyler? Just go ahead and tell us what the project includes, and
Okay.
it's something we've been talking about for a long time.
So basically, it would be the scope of this for its road striping and new sign would be starting just past that odd intersection up beyond the bridge where multiple roads come together. There all the way through this whole area, including the street over by the Legion and on down that way and up the hill, stopping at basically right at Maxine's Market. So basically all the major pedestrian areas, and all the way up to the market, the canoe area, across the road there by the Legion, and then all major areas where there are pedestrian crossings, including up to that intersection up there where ultimately we could have the overlook project happen and that would lead up that way. But have, long story short, new road striping with white sides and a yellow center line all the way through, newly paved curbs for no parking and for new parking, all the parking spaces, including in the parking lot over there. I think it's like 11 crosswalks.
Yeah, do you want that? I do have that.
Sure, yeah. That may be the detail. Yeah, it's, in all, there's 14 crosswalks. Well, that includes some of the refresh, but I think there's 11 new altogether, including like by the Legion, I think there's a faded one now, but more by the bridge, and then in addition of the crosswalks in that odd intersection, if you ever walk up through there, or where you're talking about, then yeah, it can be rough. So that would also turn that up there into where you've got the more narrow streets that essentially is a street split in half, would turn that into two one-ways. So as you're coming from outside of town, you can turn in right that way. If you're gonna come from, what road is that? Coming toward Main Street, that way, you want to take a left toward out of town. You go into a left turn lane, continue right, and then it would essentially turn the wider rest of that strip into a pedestrian walkway. All the way through down here with crosswalks and as well as signage. So there's 11 pedestrian ahead signs, 16 pedestrian crossing signs, 16 yield to pedestrian signs. Basically, you get pre-warning, the warning of where the walking is, and then as well as on both sides. And then we've got a couple of center street yield signs for pedestrians in front of the canoe, where you've got probably the highest density of pedestrians, as well as a couple more, 3 more stop signs, some do not enter signs, which some of that would be for the parking lot, just single route traffic through there. Some added speed limit signs, keeping that speed limit at 20 miles per hour, based on Jimmy Vincent's input on that. He has looked this over, and I think the whole board has looked it over. And originally I thought of this based purely aesthetic, would help the town, but I think from a safety standpoint, it would probably help too, and probably go a long way to keeping cars just going slower through here. You'll see more signage. Friend of mine that's into traffic engineering told me there's a term for that, but when you see more signs and the striping and all that, it makes you slow down and look around.
Yeah.
Traffic calming.
So, and I forget how many parking spaces, but it'll essentially redo the parking striping all along the road as well as in the parking lot too. So we do have I think a pretty good quote from a local company, Services. And their quote that I did send you all last night was for 6,000. And I believe I put 8 in the email, but I think that was including paint and all materials. I know that there's 15 gallons of yellow paint now,
Yes.
which would probably primarily be used for the curbs. Beyond that, we would need to purchase additional paint.
So you're not gonna use chemicals?
No, we are. That's the gallons that he's talking about.
For the curb, well, his did the white stripe, right?
Yeah.
No, we
Yeah.
would not need.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You could, I mean, I think while it's getting done, it probably. Did you have a question for them or me or?
Well, I have a question. Crosswalks for the Legion, 1 or 2.
There's one in the plan, but if you think.
There's 2 crosswalks. When Jay put that one for us by the lounge entrance, he didn't have enough to do the one by the hall entrance. And the hall entrance, as you know, on bingo night, has a lot of people crossing that road all the time, and especially at night when it's dark. So if you could get in the plan, would like to have that extra crosswalk by that.
If anything there, I think looking at
There's nothing there.
some of the national standards on that, if there's a lot of traffic and you got those doorways fairly closed, it'd probably be better to put wider, just legal sidewalk than 2, because you'll have one and you think past it, you may not see the next one and
Right.
kind of go on.
So
That'd be pretty wide, but I could see that as a possibility.
And you're maybe not the whole area, but yeah, where the sidewalk comes down to where you naturally cross instead of a 4 foot, maybe you can do an 8 foot or something.
Second question, you're talking about having parking spots on the roadway, possibly, in front of the Legion. Is that gonna be considered a parking area between those doors?
No, that's
Oh.
not on the plan now. I don't believe that's not
Well,
what.
right now, it's listed as a loading zone. And that's where I'll park when we load for our details, because that's where we load vehicles.
Well, that's a little different than a
Right,
marked
but
parking
I
spot.
didn't know how it's gonna be
Loading
marked, because
area.
it is not on the roadway, but a lot of people think it's part of the roadway, because the roadway and the building, there's not a lot of stuff that defines it except for the signs on the building.
That would be part of this fix is if you find what is in the road. And
Yes.
it's about like a news too, it kind of all blends together, parking, sidewalks, roads. So you'll have a good side white line as well as the center line. Actually, it won't be a center line there because it's not wide enough. The center line will pick up, right past where the houses have parking
Yeah.
over here. And then again on this road, but there it's just 2 white lines because there's not enough width. Yeah.
I just bring it up as a question.
Oh, no, that's very good points, John. Tyler, did you say that when 2 crosswalks are close together, something about safety guidelines to make it just wider?
I forget if there's specific things, but kind of the general, just,
Kind of like Walmart, they've got big wide
Yeah.
instead of one in front of each door.
yeah, you can put that closer together.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go wider on that. And it'll have street signs for the pedestrians coming from both directions, so far back.
They know it's
and then right
coming,
on
yeah.
the sides too. It'll be way more visible.
Which will really slow things down there on that
That
curve.
it needs, because people coming around, I moved the fence to make the corner better. I moved it back 4 feet from the curb, because it was on the curb. But people are still coming around that corner too. fast.
Yes. Well, I think all this signage has the potential to slow people down coming through town just in general. And we've been talking about something similar to this before.
Wasn't there something come up before when we brought this up about center lines? The state has some regulation on how.
Well, and Tyler has addressed that. It will not be divided in all areas, just
Pretty much all of Main Street up
just
to,
Main Street.
yeah, and part of this street over here.
Okay, as long as it's addressed.
Yeah.
And nobody paint across our.
No, the mural, yeah. Yeah. You know, everything is pretty much, the state's all adopting national standards for the
Right.
striping, and I think the minimum lane is 11 feet, and we've got plenty. So basically, the parking on this road too will be as it basically is now, it will only be on the opposite side of the street here. This side of the road, all the way down, will be no parking.
And when people park in front of the post office, right in front of the sign that says no parking, maybe we can address that sometime if you catch them, Jim. I wanted to make a citizen's arrest the other day, but I didn't do that.
And it'll be more obvious that you'll have the line spots on the street across from it, so yeah. But yeah, I'll let you can talk about financial figures.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically
Is anybody else, I mean, from Maxine's this way, but how come Maxine's not that way? I know the pedestrian walkways is almost.
Oh, you mean on the other side of Mass?
Yeah.
I like to see it go all the way out.
Really.
I'd like to see it go all the way out
I mean, personally.
and to the school. I mean, that's,
I tried to revitalize it outside and we're gonna keep doing it. I would like to see it going.
that, the school area is our busiest
Yeah.
area in town.
That's it.
Monday through Friday. Yeah, Cave Country's busy on the weekends and stuff, but the school, Monday through Friday is,
Okay, well, I think we're gonna kind of start conservatively and then add to it, but if you folks think now's as good a time as any to,
I think we need to get, I mean, don't you think?
I think it's a good idea.
No, I've always thought that.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
okay,
we
Steve, what do you think?
approve.
All we're doing is-
Yeah.
While we're doing it, just do it.
So we probably need to get some.
Hear that? Tyler will have to, everyone seems to be concerned about some other areas additionally
Yeah.
that they would like to add to the project.
Yeah.
Like all the way out Maxine's to the
I'd
bridge,
like to see it on this side of the bridge.
slowing it down especially, you know.
Okay, so
And-
that mini road on that.
Uh-huh. And then,
the school.
to the school. Out Speed Road.
And stop at the school or at the hill, or the town stops at the top of the hill?
Well,
No.
yeah,
It's down just beyond the school.
Okay.
it's,
That's-
There, basically.
The town stops at the top of the hill. That's where the sign is. That's
That's
where
where
we're
this-
enforcing our ordinances to, so. That's where the sign is, that's where the county stops.
Crosswalk at school now.
Yes.
So we can
Yeah.
refresh or add.
Now, what would you put on Speed Road to the school? I mean, obviously,
I would like to
the
fix
sidewalk
flashing
dictates one side.
the flashing signs that we have.
But you're not talking about striping.
I would like to see stripage on one side at least, but I don't think it's wide enough. Is it
I was
wide
gonna
enough
say,
for?
it's wide enough to get a center line.
See, it's less than you think, I mean,
Yeah.
it's 22 foot total. It's-
Oh, you're saying, oh, I got you.
Yeah, if it's wide enough, of course, but I mean, we've got a lot of money tied up in those two signs and they don't work.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm happy to add a plan that sent you all.
okay.
From here, from Maxine to the bridge and then up to the school, if it's doable, then yeah.
I mean, that, based on what the guy's quote was driving, I wouldn't think that. And
Okay. So we're looking right now at an estimated total project cost of $26,200.
yeah, and that includes, I believe it was 11,200 for the signs.
Design
That was just when I went to sign, lowered it right.
and the striping, the gentleman that's going to do the striping was 8,000 plus, how much?
He's
Paint.
1,500 a day,
Yeah.
estimated at 4 days, that's 6,000.
Uh-huh.
I threw in, I think, paint cost, I said you could probably guesstimate about 8,000. So if you wanted to add it to school, I would say you could comfortably estimate 12.
Okay,
Well, if it's 15, would probably cover the paint material and the additional days on out, both directions. So I
Yes.
spent a lot longer that way. which,
yes.
Double check with them, but yeah.
And what about labor for the signage? You said that was just materials?
the materials for the signs, I think it was 11,200, and then my quote included all the signs on the plan, was 6,000.
Okay,
What signs would you need? Because we have multiple signs in the shop.
So we did everything over that, yeah.
Libby
Say it's
mentioned
multiple.
that today, that we did have signs up there.
New ones.
For
They're
brand
brand
new.
Post or something.
Right,
That included the posts and everything, and that was getting the highest quality. It's like the 3M diamond
like the,
printing that's gonna
Yeah,
highly
reflection
reflective.
stuff.
It's anti-graffiti, all that.
yes,
That should really brighten the town up.
I think so. I think so. So, do we want,
And working harder.
so do we want to, address the sign now, or do we want to let Tyler bring it back to us? I don't want to delay this, really. We're almost into May now.
Don't delay it.
So, no, don't delay it. That's my vote too, Libby, let's not delay it. Let's just say to move forward with this, and then you can quote what the additional concerns would be, and bring that back to us. And if we had to have a special meeting,
so you're bringing it to the meeting, you're gonna wanna do it, they're gonna wanna do it all the same.
yes, absolutely. So just bring us back the
Okay.
idea,
Did that cover everybody in the email? I think that did.
I think so. Just bring that to us, and we'll go from there. So let's vote on this. Okay, I will,
Move forward with it.
okay, second it, okay. All right, all in favor? Aye. Motion's carried.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And thank you for the work. In
Yes.
case you all don't know, Tyler got the bid on the repairs on the roof. And there was a great deal more there than we thought was, or less there, less there than we thought. Yes. So it is moving really along, but it's out there now, looks good, but you can see we have and if anybody would like to look at this, that's fine. Tyler, you could probably explain what you found better than I and what it's taking.
Oh, yeah, when I took the top layer of red metal off, it had current strips, which was expected, but then it had 3 layers of rolled shingles underneath, which had just kind of been added over the years probably. And should have been stripped back because it was holding in a lot of moisture. All the plywood was pretty well saturated, you could just tell it was wet. And I would say 6, holes that you could pretty much jump down into. So I think a total of 8 sheets of plywood in different areas were replaced. Then re-screwed it all, because it was, all the nails were pretty much loose where the wood was so wet, and just over the years, they were rusted out, the heads popped off, so it's a good bit more, good bit less on the roof than we thought, a good bit more work than, yeah, so but one thing or a few things I did do, that I put in the update is, after thinking about it with the really low slope that roof is, I think it might be like less than a foot per 12 foot, one on 12, but, I went ahead, I had originally quoted in there the ridge metal, which is just standard, like you see on most roofs. But I upgraded it, no additional charge, I just wanted it to be done right. I went ahead and put ice and water on the whole roof underneath, which is basically sort of like another layer of rolled shingle, just one. And, new burning strips, and then upgraded to standing seam metal. And they did come out and roll that on site, so it's one continuous piece from front to back.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it'd be it's at least a 50-year roof. I upgraded the penetration and caps too, called Roof Event. They have a 50-year warranty. Pretty high quality stuff. Redid the water heater vent stack out there, a little smaller, and that's one of the only things you actually can see because the roof's so flat. You go back, but yeah, you can see the new vent coming out. Should all be in good shape now. Just the only thing left to do on the roof is a little bit more trim around the rim,
Okay,
some flashing.
okay. And now that we know why our ceiling is looking so bad back here in those back rooms, anybody that would like to just take a quick look would be welcome to do that. You will be appalled. That's obviously the next project after this floor. Tyler we also accepted his bid for the flooring in here, so.
And you did the standing seam purely on fasteners, I'm guessing? Or because of the fasteners on the rib metal, or?
Fasteners, part of it, exposed fasteners, it's gonna be not great on the floor.
That's fine. I can't see in the picture, but it looked like it was.
It's all hidden fasteners.
Right, okay.
And it's, yeah, all the fasteners are underneath and flat, so.
Any other questions from our expert on the board? Okay. All right. Well, we thank you for that report. And we'll get back to you. And Tyler lives right here in town. This is local industry, local business, local people. Tyler lives right here in town. He's done a great job.
Can I make a suggestion? I've gone on down on my report, but I could make it right now. It's okay with you. I'd like to suggest that board consider naming Tyler as our resident engineer. If he's agreeable to doing that.
Kind of the way he is an engineer, so.
But I want to go on the record. Suggest it go on the record, so we'll know that he is our resident engineer.
I see no problem with that. So I would entertain a motion for that.
Congratulations, you get a spot on the website.
I don't know what that entails.
I just don't.
When we get done, anything, you got to go on
It's not like you well fell after that. Okay. All right.
You need to make a motion.
Yeah.
I will make that motion.
Okay. Okay, all in favor? Okay. I'm writing it on my notes, so it's official. Fine. Okay. 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 All right, now let's see what, old business, Mr. Harper?
What you got?
Yeah, you guys, so you guys. That,
I didn't get the pictures.
that's, yeah.
Well, I haven't
I
seen.
got a description.
Yeah, I just gave them,
Oh, yeah.
I got that. Saw
It's
that.
the tablets, all the broken tablets are around, that's what it is. That's almost all of them, there's a few more, but some of them are pretty. Barely, you can put them back there, some pieces, but not those, these are the ones that I think. That's that came together, I believe.
Okay,
So you completed everything up until now?
Yep.
What's our freeze level here on, it's 18 inches?
No, they moved like what, 30 something inches now, 32 inches.
Would it be reasonable for us to, draft?
Do you happen to know what the freeze level is, engineer?
I believe code and local is 24.
Yeah, it's somewhere between the 24 and 32 out here. I think it's closer to the 32.
I think we need to get some regulations on how we pay.
Well, yeah.
well, I think that needs to be really discussed.
Yeah,
Terry Morby.
We said this last 4 meetings.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at this, Mr. Harper, and it looks,
None of these are in concrete, these are all, those are all old that are, they're just in there, they're just in there.
hanging on.
Yeah, that's all, there's no concrete and none of them.
Okay,
So they'll be, if I did them, they would be set back in. It's up to you guys, I mean, I can put them back like they are with rock and sand, or I can use small amount of concrete.
like you've been doing.
Right, it's gotta be an excessive amount of concrete, 21 inches.
With more concrete than this.
I mean, it'd be a,
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be that, you know.
Well, there's no, hazard, needs, or is,
They could break it all over that, there's no real hazard here.
right,
So, and that's with the majority of them, and I got more than the blue tags.
yeah.
Majority of those are the same way with concrete. So, they've been standing that way forever. They're just now starting to go over, so as long as they're not hit hard, they don't, most of them are not. They can just fall over.
Where are we at, with the lots? Because I know we had pivoted all of that.
That'd be a large to do it like that. So the easiest way I could come up with it was if they're laying over now and they're getting ready to fall over, which I had like 40 or 50, we walked up there. Most of those, the majority of those are already built, they don't have concrete under. So they haven't had concrete under for 60, 70, 80 years and they're just not going over. So I put the concrete back under.
So you
Get
could,
rock and stand to back where they are, just straighten them up and instead that would change the total price from what it was to down to about 250.
Well, only reason why I asked is I know we pivoted off the last time, just trying to get those ones done and give us some time to, but I don't know if we got anywhere with that.
So to break it down like that would be a lot easier and a lot cheaper and a whole lot cheaper. And then get the majority of them picked up and like that. And then the ones that are sliding off that they just come unsealed, $25. Just go through and fix the ones that are at, fix them before and after if you want. About the easiest way I can do it, going through and doing the whole cemetery, it's 24.
Right.
so this is 17 stones,
There's 17 one, yeah,
17,
16 pictures, there's 2 of them in one picture.
okay.
And those are, like I said, those are all swing tablets. The majority,
Yes.
yeah, the majority, yes, the majority of those,
That, okay, those are really old,
right.
yeah.
So, I mean, they've been sitting there that long, and I would have put concrete back.
Right. What,
I know he wants to keep moving. I just hate to keep saying the cemetery board, they need to make some headway here because you just keep chipping away at the money when he's wanting to do a lot at a time.
Yeah, if I do it for that long, then I would.
Well, of course, yeah.
That's what the market, 40 or 50 now. They're not saying that, but there's quite a few that are like that, but I mean, the majority of it, I'm here and so far, they're not, no concrete, so it's quick, fast, and it's not gonna cost them. What's the total number?
On this 17 and 76.
More.
Those are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, those are,
So this is a new.
This is a new 17.
I couldn't find nothing I used, I found it probably works pretty good.
Well, I agree.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I know he wants to keep moving, but he can't if the board doesn't get, you know what I'm saying, and make something happen here. Objective, what, when what?
Contract for 17, as far as I'm concerned, that's okay.
Well-
I think we need to go ahead and do these because these are in the worst condition.
Okay. And one other question before you,
That's
And
fine.
how much money are you looking at?
7650.
That's probably.
And one other before y'all make a decision, and I don't take any word from him, but obviously we've only got so much money to deal with. These 17 aren't necessarily gonna break your leg if they fall over, because they're already over, right?
No, these are strictly just good.
Just, yes.
That's the only reason, yeah, that's the difference. These are already
I know they
only
need
thing
fixed.
for the lawnmower.
Yeah,
But if you wanna go the other route with the ones that are already lean, then you can go that
I
route.
just wanna make sure they're understanding what's all still needs to be done.
well, we need to go through the whole system.
Well, I know.
And we need to build the person in the ground.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yes.
There's not enough tax money to support the cemetery. Luckily, we've had 2 good donors to the cemetery. Otherwise, we couldn't have done any of this. But that'll run out.
That's right.
That'll run out.
So can we move forward once again with this 17, but before, while we come to an end, y'all need to get together and get this lot stuff going on.
I mean, I'll go through and all the ones that are leaning, right now, I go through and fix them all. I'll do them all for 240 a piece instead of.
How many is there?
I would, I think, tell you.
Well, we did, Bill and
I've got, there's 47 marked, I believe, 47 marked right now that are just leaning over, that just, they don't have concrete under them, they just need to be set back up. I know that for sure. Is there more than that? Yeah, probably 3 times that. But, I mean, some of them are not bad, some of them are, but the ones that are leaning over, are the ones that are like that. The ones that we walked through and seen before, yeah. And I did, 22 of those, of the ones I had marked last time, and there's about 47. And those are.
That's almost nearly half the price of what you're saying, but where you're quoting on versus, yeah.
If it has concrete under it, then it's my fault, I will, that'll be.
replace it with.
Right, yeah. Yeah. So far, I've been straightening them up and put pins in them and straighten them up. Doing that, if it had concrete, it's all busted, like your family's, the concrete was, I poked it and had concrete under it, and I get there, it's only this deep. It's sitting on like sulfide tipping, so.
The town did not pay for the repair work on my family's monuments. I took an offering from the family of donation. Just want to make that clear, Mr. Harper.
And I went through it once. My wife's family is in that cemetery so far. I've got stabbing tablets and brass, the brass military class.
That's part of the stuff, isn't
No. They're on the spur.
But you know, now this is serious. Yes, this thing is on and we're online. So if you have someone that is buried in the Milltown Cemetery and you want to respect their memory like we all should, then just come and take a look at the monuments that are out there that need to be repaired. And we don't have the tax money to do it. So I hope the public understands that request.
Well,
And we appreciate it.
I wish everybody knew that those lots belong to whoever is buried there, that the town does not own those lots.
That's a whole nother matter, Bill.
Yeah.
Don't, let's not go there.
That's a big one.
They own that person, you know, that's the question. That's the question. Does the cemetery,
The individual owns it, but the town's got to do it.
town's got to be the maintenance on it. Public cemetery.
So you think there's 120?
I mean, I would go through and give a better account. Because I've not went through and counted that many, because I didn't know how I was from the meeting.
Wasting time.
But there's a, I will go through and do that. No problem. No problem.
What do you guys think?
Could it be approved to repair up to a certain number?
That's what I was,
That's this number that he's got right here on this proposal.
but I was thinking, if he's gonna be willing to do them at basically half, then we should approve up to so many. I mean, right now, we're paying 450 or 400.
This is,
It's just for the tax.
yeah, this is a little bit different situation.
Right, he's talking about this tablet, and it's probably 100 of them or 120 of them.
Oh, no, that's about all the tax. Pick up almost all 17 tax, we pick up almost all the tax.
Oh,
That's all the tax. The ones that are leaning over, there's.
Oh, there's,
Yeah.
most.
Yeah, that's just 47. Yeah, a few more, but I told him I had found them, the majority of them, that's right there on top of the hill, they're all right there.
These are the ones that are on the green.
Right, and they're the ones that are on the ground, then we tall tablets.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that are, I said I would do, but that's the big ones that are leaning over on there. As long as there was a, majority, 50, 40 or 50 of them, then I would do them for that 250.
For 250.
Yeah, but the tablet stays, they're just the way they are, because the way I have them back together. They're not just gonna be left on the back end, I'm gonna put them back together.
Right. I got you.
Right, that's why those are different, but that's like all the tablets. There might be a few more, but like I said, if they are, I'm probably gonna have to take pictures and send you guys, you just have to figure out if you guys want to put marker there instead, because it's not.
Yeah.
You have the 17 and cover all your tablets, then I can, so far that I found, and the ones I said do, 250, that's the ones that are landing over the, I don't figure out some of the older ones, but I know there's 47 of those, for sure. But that's,
And if you've heard enough discussion, you go ahead.
I don't know what to do. I know you want me to move forward, but.
This would be my proposal.
Sure.
But I don't want it to seem like I'm running this thing, but, I think we definitely need to go ahead with the 17 tablets right now. They are on the ground, and they need to be repaired, and that requires more than the ones that are just leaning. And I think I hear that you've kind of sectioned those off where they're leaning and work a section.
well, not with the ones that are leaning, because they're.
No. Oh, okay. So the section would be the whole cemetery.
Yeah, that's your section.
I just thought maybe you wanted
This
to
is,
work
no,
in,
this is.
I just thought maybe you want to work in certain area at a time and then come back.
All of those tablets are.
Yeah, I know that.
The rest of them are.
Separate issue, the ones that are lean, all the other monuments that are lean. I just thought you were probably going to work that by section.
We did talk
We
about
did talk about it, but it was just, it's more work that way for me, it's easier just to,
Okay,
you want to go fix it, I'll start in this row, and I'll go down the road, and that row down, I'll go over the next one.
I just thought that'd be easier for you to keep track of it. It's okay,
And
not this part,
It's
but
a lot harder to check this.
got this.
I came in here with. Just go down the rows.
Okay.
Okay.
By row instead of by section, that's fine. That's a section. The row is a section.
Then I went missing.
Okay, okay.
So after these, got one last question. After these 17, what is your next proposal? Okay, so I'm curious, do we want to go ahead and, because we kind of pivoted from the leaning, the ones that's hazardous was our first, pause. And now we're pivoting to the tablets and the leaning ones. I know the leaning ones can get hazardous, but I'm saying we need to work on the hazards, don't we?
Well, I thought yes,
I mean,
That's it, I can do that,
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, I just go down the rows and fix all.
Yes.
And just do it like that.
Yeah, but leaning and hazardous maybe two different things.
When I say that, I mean hazardous.
Okay.
I mark it, then I would say it's.
Okay.
When we were up there that day, that was the impression I got.
Yeah.
These were likely to follow.
Right. Yeah, the ones that if I found marked,
Okay. Well, as long as we're on the same page, that's what I.
Yeah, not just anything, it's just, If I,
We're 250
yes, ma'am.
person.
So let's move forward with these.
Oh, these, I think so, yeah.
And then-
And that's what you guys want to do, but yes, I think the tablets need to be repaired.
I'll make the motion to approve the 17 tablets for the $7,650.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye.
Shoot.
All right. We still have the back page left. Events committee, Joyce.
Working on the festival, September 11th, 12th, and 13th. And as far as the Easter egg hunt was concerned, I wanted to thank everybody. I wanted to thank everyone who helped food, serving food, the kids' games, announcing, stepping over 1,500 eggs, and then hiding 1,500 eggs at the favorite park. And a special thanks to the town of Milltown for hosting it. The Milltown Christian Church ladies, the American Legion Auxiliary ladies, the Milltown Fire Department, the Police Department, Christine Harris for making sure the Easter bunny got there, and if I missed anybody, I apologize. But I thank everybody, because it turned out to be a really, really good
Welcome. It was a nice day.
It's had fun.
It was. It was a beautiful day.
forget anybody,
And the festival's coming up.
festival's coming up, September 11th, 12th, and 13th. 13th will be a car show.
Our show, okay,
And we're thinking about doing the 5K, you know,
okay.
so that's where we are right now. We're in next month,
Was that on Saturday morning?
Saturday morning,
Yeah, okay.
but I gotta get the gym.
You're thinking about doing the 5K during the festival?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's, is that the weekend before or what, 2 weekends?
I have to look.
Okay,
It was around the area.
yeah, okay. You don't want it during the festival, Jimmy?
No.
Maybe we can have that striping done? That'll help, all those signs, that'll help. Okay, all right. Anything else, Joyce?
Thank you all, really.
And the first, well, you're more than welcome. Thank you for all you do. And that reminds me of somebody else I want to thank today, right now. Patsy and Terry Stroud have been working all day in the flower beds, the landscaping stuff, and they couldn't possibly have gotten done. But they were working. Pardon? Oh, I know. They're the beautification committee. And, I really want to thank them for the hard work they were doing today.
That's hard.
Yes. Cards,
Send them a thank you card.
send them a card. I've got some real cute ones, Libby, if you know. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Harrison County Regional Sewer District.
Okay, nothing that pertains to Milltown
Yeah.
from Harrison County Regional Sewer District. I might mention that Steve Finneman, who developed the northeast corner up there, has bought another acreage across behind, next to the Harrison County Bank. And it's my understanding there's gonna be about 125 more new houses in that area. And I think there's 2 or 3 commercials as well. And that area there is going to be populated very well. And I'll just go ahead, Indiana 15 Regional Planning Commission. Come on in, Mike.
Oh. Come in.
I talked to, the director of Indiana 15 today. And I had mentioned to him that or asked him if there was any chance that we would be able to get any grant money to demolition buildings and clean up areas that had been, who buildings had been and are now cluttered and eyesores. And there's been a hold on that money.
But it's going to be made available probably later this year.
It will be made available later this year. So I think we need to get prepared to get grants written through Indiana 15 for sites. So we want to be sure to have them ready. So we need to identify where these sites are that we want to clean up.
And we'll have to work with you, Greg, and Ryan on the procedure that we want to do that.
Because we want to find out about the ownership, so
Yeah.
how we can handle that. If we're gonna get grants for it, we may have to have ownership before we can get the grants.
So just know that that's coming down the pipe. We're not talking about cemetery anymore.
Yeah, we are. I drove down.
The chairperson of this committee. Yeah. I know what you're going to say though.
What? No, you don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
drove down through the cemetery on that road that was not a road. And I was wondering if there was any possibility that we could do some maintenance on that, either gravel it or pave it when pavers come through here.
Good idea.
So, I'm bringing that up right now,
Okay,
because it's supposed to start washing.
yeah, okay.
I mean, just a side thought on that, paving may be a better option just because that gravel's gonna continue to
I
wash
agree.
down that hill.
I agree.
Well, we might be able to get we might be able, I was hoping Jay would be here, we might be able, when we get the paving contract for the rest of the
Mhm.
roads in town, we might be able to get them to give us a deal on that strip.
Yeah.
It's not very long.
No, okay. All right,
Okay, Carol Morgan sent us a message that she didn't think she wanted to serve on the board. However, Carol has got a good mind, and Maxine, I talked to Maxine, I said, ask your mother if she would serve on the board, if we don't expect her to walk around and look at tombstones. And, because we need a brain.
right,
Rather than legs right now. So Maxine's gonna ask her if she'll continue. And I'm still trying to get a hold of Justin Hammond, and I'll get a hold of him. My next note was, well, it's already been done.
right.
I'm done.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for all you do. You know, really, I really mean it. Thank you. Town administrative items, Libby?
All right, so I guess first thing I'm gonna say is, since I have not transferred any money from the cemetery into general, but I've been paying Mr. Harper out of general, so I'm gonna need to do a transfer,
Yes.
okay?
Yes,
How much is in that cemetery?
that's on the phone.
$250,886.
Are we going a little bit interest on that?
Yeah, not much, but
Just, now, we can't move it, we can't move it now, we can't. Like we did before, that's why we have some money, we had it in the stock market. And that is not approved by the state, we found out about that years ago, we can't do that. We have to earn 1.2% or 2.3% or whatever it is. That's why we have, from the first donation, that's why we had what we had, because we had the stock market, till the state told us we can't move it. We can't do that, Bill.
Okay, I'll come to another meeting. Because I think the state has done something as far as that money's concerned. You know, Greg?
That'd be a state board of accounts issue.
She'll be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ask
I
Karen.
think they made some changes in that deal.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay, yeah.
We'll find out. Okay.
okay, so I asked the council if I can transfer $20,225 as of now. That's the $12,575 prior to the $7,650 that you guys just approved.
Mhm.
So that would be $20,225.
Okay. Okay. So do I hear a motion to allow for that transfer?
I will make that motion.
Okay.
I'm second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then along the lines of the State Board of Accounts, I got all of my documents sent to Karen and everyone else that I was supposed to. I have not received a date on when they're gonna come and do an audit yet. As soon as I know, I'll let you guys, I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
The other thing I have is my cemetery will need to be notarized this evening. And then last Tuesday I came to work, I turned on my computer and I hadn't got a hold of Mr. Michael Mills yet because I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna approve how much it was gonna cost to put everything transferred over to my laptop. So I was gonna wait till tonight to do that. But Tuesday I came in and my computer looked like it was crashing. So I called him Luckily, he got a hold of somebody to come in. They saved me, or we were gonna lose everything on that computer.
Good.
So in addition, he's got everything transferred over for me. Thank you very much. He's also gonna get me some software, safety software, Microsoft Office. He's just gonna line us out so that we are very well protected from here on out.
We need to be in compliance with everything that we will keep and save forever.
Yes,
I mean, this information is like
Crucial.
endless. Greg's back there shaking his head. And
It was
so-
scary. I shouldn't have waited, but I didn't know,
But we saved it.
Thank
Didn't lose
goodness.
anything.
We did not lose anything.
Thanks, Mike.
Honestly, we got lucky.
Very lucky is what they said. I mean, very, very lucky. And also with Mr. Mike over there, what was it today we talked about? Getting extensions for my phone.
Oh, yes, we talked about that. So.
Would you
wanna
mind
explain
explaining?
that, Mike?
Sure. So the phone system that I work with is through a company called Intermediate. So I won't actually be the one selling it. There's just a company on the bureau that I work with. It owns. They're very reliable. They've been around for almost 20 years now. What they do is you buy the extension per month, not long distance, not minutes. And it's all, you get a bunch of extensions, whatever you want. You pay $20 is what I would recommend for you guys for extension. And it includes a phone, but also it has software that runs on your cell phone. Like my cell phone actually is my extension. So as I'm out, it'll transfer me wherever I am, as long as I've got signal.
I love that I did that way. If I'm not in the office or what have you, it can, transfer to Chandler, Jay, Jimmy, whomever. You know what I mean? That way we don't have 20 voicemails. I don't have that many, but I'm just saying.
That you can put away.
And we've all always heard those messages every
Yeah.
time we call someplace.
Yeah.
Press 1 for the,
That's pretty
press 2.
Right.
I will recommend at this point that you start with 2, because the automated dialers, the spam dialers, have started pressing 1 on their own. So
Okay.
we just skip that.
Skip
So we
one and go to
skip
2.
Okay.
I know.
No. And we have spam calls like crazy here. Yes.
So you're asking for permission.
Yeah, but I don't know we'll have to get everything together. Just bringing it
I'm
up.
assuming you transfer your phone numbers, so you keep the same number.
Right.
I don't know if you have an 800 number or an 800.
No.
I wouldn't think so. There are other questions I need to ask.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's fine.
Well, do I hear any concerns, gentlemen, for our updating our phone system? Okay,
Cool.
I'll get that together.
Great.
and you get back with us.
Thank you very much. And thanks for coming down.
Yeah,
Helping
I'm
me
sorry.
and saving me.
Well, I figured that's what it was, so that, yeah,
Sorry.
so, no, that's quite all right, quite all right. Okay,
And that's all I had.
that's all you have, Libby, okay. Well, our sewer report was amazing, again, this year, this month. It's like 23%, no, 16% capacity with 23,700 gallons through the system, which is only 16% of the capacity. And everything was working well, everything was good up there. There have been complaints of odor and that kind of thing. We're trying to address those. We have old clay lines. Chandler, you tell me if I'm wrong, you pop right in here. Old clay lines in lots of places that they're kind of giving way. We have lots of problems in the manholes where Chandler's been in more sewer holes than he wants to be, haven't you?
I don't mind.
It's his job and he does it well. And so, we have we have some issues, we know. But you know, a lot of the older complaints, I think I have a pretty good nose and I haven't smelled those, but they're going to also install a light rack up at the sewer plant, according to this. I haven't read that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Is that ultraviolet?
No, yes, a UV, disinfection light rack is in preparation for the e-coil testing, which resumes on 4/1. So we got this just before the end of the month, you know. So, yes, it is UV. Okay.
I would have thought that would have been put in there.
Well, I think it's a new,
Oh.
I don't, it doesn't say that, but I think we've always had that up there.
Yeah.
I'm not the sewer plant operator, but
Yeah, we've always had.
Chandler's nodding, okay. Okay. Jimmy, we'll move to you.
So, not a whole lot. It's been a busy month for us. Well, busy 2 months. First of all, we had the search for the juvenile last week. Thank everybody that showed up. We had a tremendous turnout. She was located. Everything went good with that. Really don't have any complaints. Everybody worked together. There was no, who's the boss or any of that. It was everybody looking for a missing kid. So it worked out really well. Yeah, there was 9, I believe it was. And if I try to name them all, I'll miss somebody. But secondly, encourage our people in town that if you see something that doesn't look right, pick up the phone and call. If you call the police station, it goes to my cell phone. Everybody's got my cell phone number across town. There's all kinds of resources out there, like the sex and violent offender registry. It's a good thing to know who your neighbor are. So, and it's free. So, encourage people to look at that.
And I would encourage people to definitely do that. Just send some message the other day. That's dangerous.
Our reserves are doing good. I'm getting ready to kick him out eventually, next, let's say, month or so, to start doing it on his own. But he's been doing a lot with me, and he's been busy with us. So they both were there for the search. They were just not there as police officers. He was EMS, and Dwayne part of the dog team. So on our portable breath test machines, PBTs, we've got 2 that need repaired. To repair them, it is $9.50 plus shipping.
$9.50.
No, I wish. So I talked to CMI, who repairs them, and they came up with a quote for the new ones, and they are, we can get 3 new ones with 200 of the mouthpieces, which is our consumable product that we use, for $1,510.
How many?
That's 3 of the machines. So we would each have one.
How many do you have?
We have 3, but 2 of them are broke, and I don't know how long the last one's going to last. It's an older one. I mean,
So compare the 2 is how much?
$9.50 plus shipping.
And the new ones come with?
Year warranty. They come with 10 mouthpieces, sampling cup, wrist strap, online training, plastic case, batteries, and a year warranty. And then I had him quote us the mouthpieces. So for 200 mouthpieces, we are looking at $57. So we wouldn't have to order them for probably 2 years.
How much did you say? $57?
Yeah. That's 300 mouthpieces, so we wouldn't need them for probably 3 years.
And each kit comes with 10. Is that what-
Yeah. They're throwaways. I mean, we use them once and throw them away.
You don't know how old the ones that we got now are?
I'm sorry, folks. I'm so sorry.
They were here when I started, so.
I wouldn't even have looked, or my husband not very ill. Has to go back to the doctor tomorrow with his heart, so it was not him. Sorry.
Does the new ones do anything that our old ones don't do?
Just open air sampling for, the only thing that we would really use that on is underage drinking.
I got you.
But no,
Do
they all do pretty much the same thing.
Do we need 3 or, yeah, I mean,
I think we should get 3 because if we do have an issue with one of them breaking, then we have a spare. That would give us all 3, one that would be assigned to us. And eventually everybody's going to be, all the cars are set up the same. So if his car breaks down and he goes to get in the other car, then everything is there already.
comments?
Which way do you want to go, Jimmy?
I would like to get the new ones. I think at this point, if we keep, well, if we keep, if we
No, I
got
agree.
6 years out of them,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good time.
Plus, if we do get them repaired, there's no guarantee.
How long they're gonna last, yeah.
At least these do have a year
A
warranty.
year.
What's your thoughts?
Any other comments or? I told Jimmy last month that we could send him.
I know.
But-
Here it is again.
I know, but
Here he is asking for more. I'm kidding.
Right.
So, I'll entertain a
I would
motion.
make a motion to move forward with the 3 new units.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
and that's all I have.
Thank you, Jimmy, for all you do. You can tell from this what we've seen, that it's been a busy time. One would not think that a little town like Milltown would have the stuff going on that we do.
We're making a dent. We haven't stopped it, but I don't think we ever will 100%, but we're making a dent.
Okay, Greg, do we have?
We have a letter that we issued regarding sewer rates that you could, or sewer that you could read into the record. We've given a legal opinion on, I think I gave a copy, to you.
You did, you gave me a copy of 2 things right here. I'm getting to it.
There you go.
Yes.
And that could just be read in the record.
Okay, you want me to read it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is addressed to the council, and it's regarding classification of land contract purchasers for sewer buildings. And this has been done because we've had a question about it more than once. Okay. Please accept this letter as our office's opinion regarding the classification of residents who are purchasing property pursuant to a legally binding land contract for purposes of Town of Milltown sewer utility billing. Based on the information provided, it is our opinion that residents who are in possession of property under a valid and enforceable land contract should be treated as homeowners rather than renters for purposes of municipal sewer billing. Accordingly, such residents should be charged the homeowner rate rather than the renter's rate. This opinion is based on the understanding that the occupant is purchasing the property under a legally binding land contract and is occupying the property in that capacity, rather than as a tenant under a lease or rental arrangement. And we asked for clarification on it because we've had some concerns. We have people in town who are purchasing their property on contract, and we didn't think they should be treated as renters in our fees that were being billed.
Absolutely.
And so we appreciate this. And Ryan, I see that you signed it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then there's no pending litigation right now against the town. The town does have a hearing on June 18th against Mr. Morris,
Mhm.
but I've learned that he's already vacated, or at least it appears that he has. So maybe he can haul his trailer off. But if you recall, last time he showed up at the last minute. So the hearing is June 18th. Ideally, the judge will side with us this time and, formally.
I haven't been past this, the RV it's gone?
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't passed it.
We got service by sheriff. The electric was cut off, I guess.
Okay.
Things like this.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we'll probably think of something this month. We're gonna come back with it. All right. And council, Steve, anything? We have a
Any movement on the burnout at the end of Cherry Street?
Well,
The kids are beginning to play around out there.
yeah, the little
They
kid.
get hurt.
Yeah. We had a conversation about that prior, well, it was kind of chaotic, but, we've asked our attorneys to look at what we can do regarding burnouts. My thought was, we have it torn down. If the owner is agreeable, we'll pay for it, but we acquire the land. I don't know if we can do that or not, so we're looking into that.
That should be a relatively quick answer. You got the question
Okay.
here tonight. But if it's ownership or purchase of cleanup, we might be able to work on that.
Okay. We have really 3 burnouts in town.
Yes.
Right, that I counted when I drove around the other day. I thought, how many do we have?
Is there caution tape, everything around?
No.
Like the,
No.
you can go ahead and do something like that. This is, if kids are getting in there, safety, you can go ahead and tape it off and say, do not trespass type of thing. Right now, I'm saying you can do that right now, I'm not looking at single book, kids license.
Even though it's private property?
Yeah, tape around it.
Okay, Jimmy.
Because we had issues with that down here. The fire marshal said absolutely not.
Well, if someone stops you, call me, let me know, we're gonna convene on May 6th. Discuss things.
Yeah, because we
But
were,
if a child's health, safety, life in danger, I think you're gonna be okay. Just perimeter, tell people to stay out.
One of these properties that I had in mind is right next to the school.
Yeah. Well, with regard to this recent burn, it is best to get the owner's permission if you can. To get, put that caution tape around and all that, if you can. You got kids from town running into a hazard.
Well, the one that Steve's talking about is not the recent.
Oh, it's not.
no,
No, it's another. Oh, it's been like this for a year,
at least.
more. I don't
Yeah,
remember
at least.
exactly when it was. And it just sits there.
And they have property deeded to the town if they don't have a plan.
I don't know the process.
That's what he's gonna find out about.
Okay.
There's a process, like we talked about in the domain before.
Yeah, we looked.
But anytime you have children in town in danger, you can take emergency measures such as, precautionary tape around the perimeter. But if, Steve, if you're not talking about the newest one, and you know the owner or the owner can be contacted, it's best to get their permission. But we sure as heck don't want somebody getting in there.
I don't even know whose it is. Do you see?
No,
Yeah, it's right behind that trailer. That trailer right behind it.
I'm sorry.
That trailer right behind it's the one that owns it. Yeah, yeah.
That's the insurance deal.
waiting on insurance.
Yeah.
That,
If they'd like to do something with it, the insurance, you have trouble.
that's what a lot of people are gonna run into too, because it's gonna take, I don't know how long it takes, but
You don't think that?
Well, see, but we, no.
Yeah, it's money, I mean,
I mean, it's been a year.
well, you know, I had enough for that, it's take years. And that's when they work with you, and they can work with you, and they take a long time.
Well, in this particular case, you say you know Helen? Steve, do you know Helen?
No.
Well, we're going to try and, find out if we can put the caution paper in it. It's, if children walk to school, they walk right past it. And then there's another one right by the school. That,
Well, the only reason I know is because I tried to buy it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I couldn't get it done because the insurance deal.
Okay. Well, maybe we can put some caution paper in it and
Now,
see what
house
we,
across the street,
see what we can.
yeah, the house across the street, directly across the street. Has been purchased and the gentleman is working with the one that owned that property to try to buy it. But he said they're not being very cooperative.
Okay, the people across the street from this one that we're talking about,
Straight across
the old burnout.
Yeah.
Okay, straight across the street. Okay.
The other house that they're been purchased, he's working on it now.
You talking about corner to corner?
Yeah,
He's working on it now. Redoing it.
No, was that Ingle? Ingle, was that Ingle? I thought I seen him.
I don't know who it is. But he told me himself, he said, I'm working with that owner to try to purchase it, but he said they're not very agreeable.
well, and that could be because they're having trouble with their insurance. We don't know.
That's good.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna see if we can't put caution tape on it all. One up by the school, the new burnout, and the one there on the corner of Speed Road and Cherries. Okay. Okay,
I'm not afraid still living in the new one.
Yes.
Did he move on?
I saw him down there this afternoon.
yeah, his dad's down there with him. I mean, been coming in and out, but he's not staying there.
Well, we were gonna do that foundation there on Harrison Street,
Hancock.
or Hancock Street, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were gonna do that foundation and have it.
Yes, it is. That probably needs caution tape put around it too, because some kid jumps down in that hole.
You talked to
It
Noah.
wouldn't make him ever take one or not, with kids up there now when we had it anyway.
We have lots of
That's like
children
steel
that
and
moved
tape.
into that area. We have lots of children that have moved into that area. It was a burnout.
Which one, the Gibbs house?
It was a burnout on Hancock.
Is this the one at the end of the alley that goes by my house? Like, it goes all the way down to German? Are we talking German?
No.
No, Hancock.
Okay, because there's one on German that's rubble.
There's one on German too that's rubble.
Isn't that German that?
But I didn't drive up German Street today.
Okay, you wouldn't see it. It's so covered up with overgrowth.
Oh, I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
Better?
Maybe. That was next door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they own it.
They might.
Maybe.
It's a great little spot for groundhogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
And it was a great spot for a builder.
Never sprays.
But I know when you're
I
talking
watched
about.
it close.
So,
Maybe.
basically what we're dealing with is
I think it's been somebody's cat. It's got
ownership of properties that have been neglected after a catastrophic event, like a fire, and they've just been left.
We'll look at that and be ready for it in May. But in the meantime, if you know there's a certain set of children, certain households, it's, within your rights to have a friendly conversation with the parents about, hey, we're sorry, we got these burned out areas here, and, kids will be kids. Maybe try to make sure they stay away from this area.
Trying to cost it.
Yeah. There's nothing illegal about, legal or illegal, it's just, nothing stops you in the meantime from having, if you know the children, in the household. Friendly conversation about, there's these new areas in town we're worried about. We try to keep them away from
So Jimmy, you should maybe have those conversations. I think the children are in the blue house. The new children are, some of the new children are in the blue house. That's city plan, right?
No, I'm talking about over on Broadway.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
but yeah, those two, okay,
And they had a bunch there, ain't you, Jim?
I'll go talk to them.
all right. Okay, well, we beat that one to death, haven't we? Is that all, Steve?
That's it.
Okay. Adam, do you have anything? Okay. Citizens, I know we have. Mr. Smith, you signed up?
Yeah, I'm mainly listening, but I got the property out there I'm working on, so I think more questions for Jay than anybody probably.
Okay.
You know, is, I got a floor under that porchway there, and it's solid rock, so I gotta run water back there, sewer's already back here, but I have to run water and electric, gas if I do, or wiring. So, you know, I gotta get with him on if I can do all that in one dig, basically. It's bedrock, so I don't want to dig through like.
Okay, so now may I ask what you are building back there?
Well, I've been trying to find me a Dollar General store sign, but
My husband can't eat. My husband's been out, when he was out today, he probably went for a ride. He said, oh, what are they doing back there? I said, I don't know.
no, I'm gonna build, some small rentals,
Okay.
Airbnb or do something like that.
Okay, okay,
It's, probably a couple year project.
okay,
You know, they just, you know,
okay.
it's a one thing at a time deal, so.
Well, we understand that, but we're glad to have building and construction going on in town. Aren't we? Jim? Okay.
More affordable housing, better.
Yes.
Yes.
I think George is credible too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you have an endorsement, then.
Would you like to be on the website?
As an endorsed representative of the town. Oh, you know what, God likes to hear his people laugh, and I think legally he likes to hear us laugh too, so that's quite all right. Okay, any other comments or requests from to the board or whatever? John, do you have anything?
I just had the
You have
questions from before.
Okay, you have this, okay. Okay, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:24.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor? Meeting adjourned.